Hello, my friend. It is the last day of September. I'm Pat Sloan, and this is my daily video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that right below. Click the like button too. That helps me a lot. So our topic today is the 8th subtopic of organizing, 8 of 8, and it is the floor. So today we're going to get that crap off the floor that shouldn't be there. Those piles of things, the batting that you didn't use, the roll of batting maybe you drug out from somewhere else and now it needs to go back. Tote bags that really should just not be stacking in the corner. And the ultimate vacuuming. Vacuum your floor. I have a tile floor. We're actually on a cement slab in our house and our floor is tile on the first floor. And so I need to get under this table, which is big and heavy, and I need to blow the dust bunnies out over to this side so that I can sweep them up. Haven't done that for a while. We won't say how long. Okay, moving right along from that assignment. So organize 8 of 8, and next month in October I will be doing the organizing again. We'll do another 8 little mini sort of the topic is still just the topic of the day, but there's a theme of organizing and getting our stuff where it should be. So today is Block Wednesday, which is the finale of our quilt along for going on a picnic. So I hope you have gotten all your blocks made. If not, you got some time before we start the next one. I always give you a couple weeks in between to get caught up and take a breather. So first of all, let's talk about the quilt. Here's mine up here. My going on a picnic, and I use that goldenrod fabric. And I do want to talk a little bit about my border, because a couple of you wrote and said, why did I put that border on there? Yes, you really did. You really did write and say that. Well, you didn't even write privately. You wrote publicly. So apparently you don't care for that border. So let me explain again. That border is part of the fabric line, and it has the same yellow that is in the sort of goldenrod is the name of fabric line. That's the golden color. The whole reason I used this entire fabric line was for that yellow floral. And that floral came in turquoise, like the turquoise that's in there, and it came in white with the peach flowers, and those would also have been lovely options. But when I made everything, when I bought all the fabric to start, I wanted to use this border, and ultimately that color is not a highlight, a big highlight of the line, and I didn't use probably as much of it as I thought I would. So that means, it goes, but maybe there could be better options. Am I going to use a better option? No. I'm going to make this one work the way I want it to work because I love the fabric. But I wanted to show you a couple things. For those of you who are at that point where you put the border on that you wanted to love, and maybe it's not quite doing it for you. So here's some things I'm looking at. I'm going to pull this up here, and I'm actually going to zoom in just a little bit because I'm going to talk right here. So first of all, you could decide that you totally want to buy a new border fabric, and that's always a good option, but I don't want to go buy more fabric. Now I do have a bigger chunk of this that I had purchased. It is the sort of plaid that came in a couple colors, and I had purchased this, and it is not, well, I'd have to do a lot of piecing of the border, but it's a really pretty option. It could go on here nicely because it does bring a lot of that navy in, and I'll just fold it up. This is how I audition. Just take the fabric and fold it to about the size. So if I were going to use that fabric, there, so you would see it's lighter because it's got a lot of white in it, but it also has the navy and the peach and a little bit of the green, so it works really, really well. So I could take the yellow and put that one on, but I'm not. I just don't want to take the yellow off. But if I wanted to do an easy fix, I think, or maybe addition would be a better word, is that I would take and make a wider, I put one small piece here. Let me just take that off. I would take and do another wider outer border of that navy stripe. So hopefully you can see that. So what that does for me is, now ignore this back here. I know that's hard. That is the fall quilt. There. Let me just push that down. There we go. It's a little distracting, wasn't it? All right, so there's the navy. And if I put another wider, then what that does is sort of encase the whole thing. And that's most likely the option that I'm going to do, is just put that, because I have enough of this navy, which means I will bind it in maybe that yellow, or bind it, because I have enough of the yellow, or bind it with some other navy that I have. Another option would be to take this border and split it. You could split it in half, and then take a little skinny piece of this stripe and put it in the middle, so that you have yellow, skinny stripe, and then yellow. And that would be kind of a neat option to split up. And I had actually thought about that, splitting it up some. So I know you can still see this under there. I have everything layered, and it's hard for me to get this stuff off the wall right now, so I just left it up there. Have to leave things sometimes right now. But I think I'm going to do is do the 2-inch on the outside. Originally I was just going to bind it, but I think that another 2-inch stripe, navy stripe border really gives the back the balance. That's what it needs. It gives back the balance, because it has that strong blue. Now there is a little floral, like in this fabric right there. Can you see that little navy floral? I don't have enough of it because I only had the fat quarters, but I can get some more of that and use it for the binding if I decide not to use the yellow. Although I think I might just use yellow because I have the yellow. It's like, so I had enough, plenty of it to do for that. So you need to get your going on a picnic finished, and then share the photo over at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, or at my website. You can do it on the page for today, where you can go and share your finished quilt. And I will take some pictures of this and put it there so that you can see it on my website. Okay, I don't know if you can hear the neighbor's dogs barking, but I left my door open because it was so nice out, and they're next door. Oh well. All right, the other thing we have going on today is day 3 of Morrison Park fabric tour. And I hope you went and saw Cheryl on Monday, and you saw Laura yesterday. They both have absolutely fabulous quilts made up with my fabric, and so you can pick up their patterns if you love them. Just go over there and enter the giveaway at both of their websites. And today is Andy Knowlton, and she's at A Bright Corner is the name of her site. And she told me once when I interviewed her that it was just because she picked that name when she started her business, because she had a bright corner in her home that was her sort of her peaceful place, a place that she liked to be because it had enough lighting. And so that's how she ended up with her name. And we have been friends for quite a long time. She is super talented, and you are going to love her project. It's one of those that has a lot of impact, and it's a really easy project, easy pattern to do. So she did it with blues and greens. So I love when they, several of them sort of took color families from within it and made a little bit tighter, you know, not all the colors of the fabric line, which is so neat to see. So you get to see my Morrison Park fabric in all these different options. And then remember, at every stop you can enter to win at their site, because they're giving prizes. Each one of them is giving the prize away, so we have a lot, you know, multiple of the same prize. Yes, so much fun. They are just doing a bang up job. I mean, it's like, wow, just knocking it out of the park. I have to do the heart from yesterday. Yeah, so if you didn't see it, you need to go see Laura's. The link is below for all the list of the people that are on the tour, so you can go and follow them and be sure that you're don't miss anything, because you don't want to miss anything, right? So I'm checking my list here to be sure I don't miss anything. Okay. So we had a friend ask about scrap systems, and I thought I'd just I didn't write down who it was. Actually, this comes up quite often. So as soon as we answer it, somebody else asks about it. So I'll just tell you how I've been handling it. One of my main things right now is just to have 2.5-inch squares. So I use these shoe boxes, and I have the 2.5-inch squares in here stacked. And I know some, you know, this is deep, so that means I can stack it tall. And if I want to work with it, I just pick it out you know, and work with it. Now, if you had a more shallow box, it wasn't as deep, you could put them end to end like this, and then you would see them a little bit better. But right now, what I have are these deep boxes. So I'm keeping, I'm cutting fabric only into 2.5-inch squares right now because I'm using them for traffic jam and just the 2.5-inch square quilts. That's it, just, you know, 2 colors like green and white or red and white, whatever they are. So those 2 are the only ones that I'm really making right now. So the reason why I don't cut scraps up into other sizes is because I am very frugal. I don't want things cut up before I really need to cut them up. And if I'm not right now actively making, using scraps from certain sizes, then I don't have a place to store them. You know, you have to think about your storage. Like if you have unlimited storage, yay. But if you don't, just cut what you can get patterns for, like 2.5, 5 for charm packs, 10 for layer cakes, and then 2.5-inch strips if you want to make your own jelly rolls. So those have tons of patterns out there. You can always find a pattern for those pre-cuts. I wouldn't even do the 10. I would just do the smaller ones, 2.5, 5, and then 2.5-inch strips if you need to cut up those smaller things. Now, on the next couple of Wednesdays, I will have some holidays. Remember, the holidays are going to come starting next week. Fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I will put some posts until Cozy Things starts with holiday projects. And first, before we leave, I want to show you, I found, where is it? I found my fall, Oh My Stars. Here we go. Ta-da! I did this one last year, and it is in a beautiful packet of fall fabrics with these really pretty brown stars, and then the tan border on it. It's got pops of teals, a little bit of pink in there, and it's light color. So this is Oh My Stars in my fall colors, and that fabric line had this really great backing. Look at that with the teal. I think it was one of Laundry Basket's fabric line, Sequoia maybe, but it was old, you know, so you can't be finding that stuff now. So I wanted to show that to you, show the Oh My Stars. Okay, it is the last day of September. I expect good things from you. Very good things. Get working, get sewing, get your stuff wrapped up, clean the floor. Look below for the links. I love you. Mwah. See you online.